Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Like I don't begin for the say, it is good to be alive, and it's a very good feeling for go live. And certainly the live where we go is more important than some other live them, depending on what is there to be discussed and who the guest is. Today, now one of the very special one, and this person where we can interview, obviously, is no stranger to this platform. We consider him to be a good friend of this platform. And as a political figure of massive stature, we feel humble that every time we extend an invitation to Ram, they hesitate at all for taken, because obviously there's an obligation on the part of this politician and the people of Sierra Leone. So today, as we warm up towards elections, we is just few weeks away, to be exact. This will happen on the 24th of June, which is just next month, barely 48 more hours for go into next month. This election will happen. And when I know say, when elections they come for happen, the pressure cooker is being turned on into full steam. And that pressure, the steam where they commodity, is not easy. So many things they need for address, many things they need for talk about. Who that best for call on, but other than the guests who will get tonight. And guess who that else did at the driving seat? We get a man who's made a name for himself. Of course, it was more of voice, but somehow we are beginning to add a face to this voice. It's none other than Imran T. And when we take this break, we'll come back, we'll go introduce we guest, and we'll allow Imran for taken from this. So Fambulem, at the advice, please don't touch that dial, as this is the TNN TV media empire. Me name na Prince Emil Koma. Don't touch it. Right, Fambul, we are back. And like I've been to say, we are live. And today, once more, now the 30th of May, 2023. And next month, barely 48 hours from now, we jump into election month proper. We're going to be something like 3 weeks away. And today, we call on none other but a son of the soil, a man like I said earlier, anytime we call up now for can talk to the Salon people, them, he's more than willing for do that. And he's none other than Dr. Richard Konteh. Dr. Richard Konteh, welcome to the program, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Prince. Thank you, Imran. Glad for the today, and I hope so we're going to share some thoughts that will be helpful for we country Sierra Leone.
And in addition to that, as I can see on the screen, he not only come here as Dr. Richard Konteh, the politician, but he come with another heavy responsibility at a very critical time, at a very critical period. And for those of you who probably not see the caption at the screen, he doubles as the co-chair of the National Elections Management Committee, EMC. And this is a very powerful position, especially at this critical time. Imran. Imran, your audio, unmute your audio. Okay, Imran seemed to be having a problem there with his audio, but that's fine. While they adjust them, let's just get back to Dr. Konteh quickly. Imran, go to adjust your audio there. You go keep the test time we're talking, and at any time if we get signal from you, we go bring you come immediately inside. Dr. Konteh, let me just go straight into this because there's so much for talk about, and probably there might be time constraint. And first of all, we understand that they talk to we away from home. You are far away in the Nigerian city of Abuja. Also, I believe say you attend a very decorated and honored program, and you were a guest at that program. Tell me a little bit about this program, if you don't mind, sir.
Well, I come for the inauguration of the new president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, when no other person but His Excellency Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu. President Tinubu happened for being a political godfather, and I don't get a relationship with him since 2007, where we've been the effect for bringing President Kuruma into power at Sierra Leone. And so I've been maintain and sustain that relationship. I visit Win Sierra Leone multiple times. We don't even award them the honorary doctorate degree in Najala University. And I feel honored and privileged for I be part of these celebrations there.
Okay, thank you very much for that. And thanks again once more for taking time off all the way from Abuja for Talk to the Then and Now and TV Media Empire. I just want to go straight to the point, Dr. Konteh. By virtue of your position where you hold, co-chair of the National Elections Management Committee, the idea that you get that elections word inside, the rest of the wording of that title, it means that you get a critical role for play at the current time where we march onto elections. And there are processes and procedures leading up to June 24th itself. And you are a integral part of that. Okay, we don't lost Dr. Konteh again briefly. I think say the internet is a bit temperamental. Okay, he's back. Dr. Konteh, I guess you...
Call coming.
Okay, call coming. Okay, this is what we're putting in fear. Hello, Imran. Are you fine? Imran? Okay, Imran, still a struggle. So like I've been saying, Dr. Konteh, you are an integral part of this process here. Right now, the concern of the party, All People's Congress, and not All People's Congress membership, supporters, and sympathizers no more unage obligation to. I believe, say, as a political party and one of the biggest, if not the biggest, una obligation is also to the rest of the country. Una owe the country some duty, especially in times like these. There is massive complaint, Dr. Konteh, about a voter registration card, where a significant percentage of them not meet the requirement of waiting person can describe as an ID card, especially so an ID card of that kind going into elections. There are many people who hold different beliefs, and there are many theories out there that if APC were to go into this election with such an ID card, they obviously the outcome not going to be good. So first of all, Dr. Konteh, I want to let you offer your opinion, both personally and probably from an official capacity of your party on the voter registration card. Where do we stand, sir?
Thank you very much. But before I comment on the voter registration card, you will make a very important point where you talk about we country Sierra Leone and how we as political parties therefore see ourselves within the context of Sierra Leone. Yeah. We say the APC differ or different from other political parties. Now the fact say, for we in the APC, we believe say all Sierra Leoneans they're equal, and all Sierra Leoneans will be given an equal and unfettered opportunity for actualize our own potentials. And at that make way, Dr. Samura Kamara prepare a manifesto, he named the One Nation Manifesto. Because he believes say Sierra Leone now one country, Sierra Leone now a country who say we all for come together, we all for be united, for pursue a common agenda, for make the lives of the ordinary people and different, for make Sierra Leone become the envy of everybody, not only in the sub-region, but in the world as a whole. And the image where people have been get of Sierra Leone as the Athens of West Africa, as the country who say, even if you talk about governance, most of the leading civil servants that West Africa are they then trained. Most of the leading academics that West Africa are they then trained. That image where Salon been gets, that one for bring back. But we believe say we all get for be united. We not believe say the agenda where some parties then get for divide this conflict, the SNPP, they're very divisive, tribalistic, regionalistic agenda. We not believe say it augur well for the country. We believe say as Sierra Leoneans, we get for be united and we forgive every Sierra Leonean an unfettered opportunity for actualize your potentials. This nine Dr. Samura take as a major pillar inside in One Nation manifesto. He desire now for unify the country, and he gets a unique advantage. Not only that the fact that he studied at the southeast, not only that he grew up at the southeast, but he also married at the southeast, which means in picking them, they get a very national character. They are southeasterners, they are northwesterners. And so himself, half of his life is southeastern, half of his life is northwestern. So I don't think say anybody under this dispensation will be better placed than Dr. Samura for unite Sierra Leone and heal the wounds where the SLPP don't inflict unjustly on people of Sierra Leone, the division where they don't inflict unjustly on people of Sierra Leone. I like to say anybody will be better placed. And so, and he don't exemplify that in the manifesto. And even the way he presents them, you see, say, he come out clearly as somebody genuinely committed to that. Now, on the issue of the voter cards, for me personally and for we party, the voter ID cards are a disgrace. The voter ID cards now they present a very positive image of the country. In this day and age of we democracy, in this day and age of development, international best practice don't show say an ID card get a minimum quality. When you look at the national voter ID card for Liberia, you see impeccable, good quality, it's fine for look. When you even look at the NCRA ID card, excellent, good quality ID card. We look at the ECOWAS ID card, excellent, good quality ID card. And at the same kind of money, ECSL they spend on your ID card. Where they will come with this ridiculous black and white ID card, and where they don't come with ID card where they will see your face. And if an ID card is a document where they identify person, the one key thing where if you use for identify person, that the facial recognition where they get from the card. Regrettably, that minimum requirement, the party card where they prepare or the ID card where they prepare no meter. So clearly, the ID cards the way ECSL they prepare, they don't fail the test for usability. And the right thing where they're supposed to do, for withdraw the cards, go through another process, get a better service provider for print, better quality for these cards. Thank God in one of the meetings, one of the press conferences, then I've been seeing the director of external relations on television. He said they don't engage with the suppliers and they will take corrective measures. I wonder whose corrective measures they will take on my card with me now, other than for make them just withdraw and correct her. When they manufacture Matokai, I go up the Germany, they manufacture the A-class Mercedes-Benz cars. But the way they structure the car, when heavy truck pass near out breeze, it turn over. So what they do, they withdraw all the cars. They say they don't get default from the factory. They withdraw them all, they redo them, then they reissue them. So I believe say now this they for do. These cards are not fit for purpose. These cards are a disgrace, and these cards can only serve one purpose for the SLPP. That now for me they use them as an instrument for rig the elections. For me they use them as an instrument for deprive people them of the right for participating in the elections. We find out say plenty of their cards that they get missing photos, plenty get mismatches, plenty get wrong information. So they can therefore choose for use that information there for disenfranchise people that are in the elections. Now these dubious intentions that make them so stubborn and obstinate. I mean, when we raise these concerns repeatedly in the PPLC, then they say, oh, the card gets security features. My goodness. Why waste money on security features on a card where useless? On a card where not worth insult. On a card where you dey shame for people and public. Can you imagine you dey travel across the corner of West Africa, then they say identity, you pull that card there. They go ask you, say, nobody will accept it because they only see your face. So it's a card where they accept outside ECSL circles. and that is wrong. It ceases to be an ID card. And so I think say the right thing way is for honor, accept say they blundered, accept say they don't waste the country money. And I hope say President Bio himself as president for really no say under in administration enough allow this kind of thing for happen. It's supposed to set a very good example. I believe say if under an APC administration, now somebody do that kind mess up there, I believe say they will take appropriate action, but will not allow the people of this country for be deprived basic rights for participating in the elections. Basic rights for make them ensure say they register, they are counted. What is worse, that the fact say they not even bring enough cards for everybody who register. They begin give people a paper. They say you can't later. Test the card do not come. So we have thousands of people where their card not been come, and 30 days the cards are not come. And those simple A4 papers we then give people there, so they don't also they don't get again. So which means they might not even vote in the elections. So this whole saga around the voter ID cards, I think it's a misnomer, a disgrace, a disappointment, and I believe the right action would need for take that for just withdraw. Luckily, we party don't take a position on those cards. We party don't condemn those cards, and we don't ask the ECSL for them to withdraw them and replace them. And we still wait for see whether they will comply or no will comply. But that said, we want to still encourage we members there all over the country, hold on to them. Hold on to the cards. If you don't collect it, go collect them. You keep them for Mr. Man can't tell.
Dr. Konteh, I'm compelled for ask you this because it's either or, something like a binary situation. Either they use the card or they not use the card. But if you get serious representation and no say that if you go to election with such a card where a substandard meet the requirement of an ID and get the potential for the election to be rigged in favor of or for, then why would you go into the election, with such material? So I expect that lots of people are they expect
because the alternative not any better. We know in countries na Africa who say democracy not fully entrenched, who say dictatorship at the order of the day, they try to provoke the opposition so that they go say with a boycott. And then when you boycott, then go ahead with the elections and give themselves victory, landslide, and they use the landslide for comeback and amend the constitution. You see, I want to make the whole world know say this election not between APC and SLPP. This election are between the people of Sierra Leone on the one side and the Pauper SLPP on the other side. And I believe say the people of Sierra Leone they don't resolve powerfully for ensure say they pull SLPP on the 24th of June.
That sounds like a new word, powerfully. Doc,
powerfully, yes.
I want to bring Imran Khan. I want to bring Imran Khan at the picture. He's been patient. But just for ask you quickly that you can continue with the level where you're there on, which is there is some degree that yes, the opposition party will go into elections with the current nature of ID card will exist, or even if they not go and the government decide for respond to una complaint or the authority, I go say, decide for respond to una complaint, una grievance, or una hold against this ID, there is a possibility of election postponement. That's not the question what we want to ask because of time for introduce this new logistic. It's a logistical nightmare. And you just get elections 3 weeks away. It won't be possible to do all of this within this time frame, not so, sir?
They will neighbor them because they know say time don't beat them. They're really just look out for opportunities for me to extend their stay in office for at least a few more weeks so that at least they will continue with the looting where they do of the state coffers, and they will make a few more trips and collect a little bit more per diem and things like that. But and of course we know say we need if they get for change the cards, clearly they're going to need time, because then get a new contractor, because they cannot rely on the same contractor. Then get therefore re-advertise, or they use the post away car second if you can get guarantees for say go do a quality job, and then they print, and then they go for distribute. That will definitely go require maybe an extension of a few weeks, but definitely not months, because the people of Sierra Leone have had enough of this government, and the need for change. And my brother, the fact is that the whole data system, the whole data where ECSL gets, they need to be audited. Because one thing I tell you for free is that the thing don't mix up, box up like the hand. When they do the registration, when we go do the verification, people that observe these mismatches, these missing photos, these missing names, these wrong addresses, they are sure we say by the time we come for pick up with cards, they go don't address those issues. That was the assurance we then give it. Regrettably, when we come for pick up with cards now, they not only continue with the problem, even worse. So which means the assurance will they be given for say they're able to rectify the situation, they're not able to do them. And so whose assurance now they will give it between now and elections for say it will be any better? There's no assurance. So clearly, if the entire, hey, when somebody knows that get capacity for do something, it decide for be stubborn, ibado. Clearly, these guys that the ECSL, they don't demonstrate the inability for comprehend simple things. When something is not working, change it. Not be stubborn about it. Because in the process of being stubborn, you just say expose your incompetencies, expose your ignorance even further. So I really hope and pray say our friends in the ECSL go see reason why they say, hey, you know what, let's don't push this thing any further. Because even with partners, if they are really objective about things, therefore no say this not what that person not right, and therefore intervene and ensure say the right happen. They have spent so much for entrenched and deepened democracy now in Sierra Leone. They have spent so much for ensure peace and stability in Sierra Leone. They're not for sit down and allow the recklessness of one institution, the inability of one institution for doing the right thing, for making drag this country back into chaos and anarchy. That now the way APC, they hope say it will happen. And we, as a law-abiding party, will explore all legal avenues at the disposal for make the right thing happen. But make I say this, make nobody not underestimate and the people of Sierra Leone. Make nobody not underestimate the resolve of the APC and the people of Sierra Leone. The people of Sierra Leone want positive change. And they believe, say, the track record of the APC, the track record of we leader and presidential candidates don't demonstrate, say, we'll get what it take for transform this country, for rebuild this country, and set the country back on the rails, put it on the railway over the years.
Imran. Okay, we don't lose Imran again. Okay, Doc, whilst we wait for Imran to come into the picture, another factor inside this ID is one of the desegregated list. Very a component of this entire exercise, which obviously are supposed to una need the original. And as per me understanding, another word I mean research serve me well is by constitutional means, therefore publish this list at least a month before the elections. But as we speak today, that has not been done. And my understanding is una not dey in possession of that list, and una supposed for the in possession of the list. Una don't make request. That list wasn't given. Instead, see some kind, my friend Imran can call a short trick. That's what we saw on media. I wonder whether you go able to address this particular issue of this particular list. Waiting at the truth behind them. Una need that. Of course, una need the list. You can't just rely on your own list where you develop, because any day they can deny saying that you own that name. B, now something where they're supposed for serve una power, una need to get them from them. And then C, Waiting at your entire take in connection to the voter registration process as well, please.
Thank you very much. Today, make I give people in the whole background. When they start this whole process and all of these problems that begin to surface, we raise these concerns like the PPLC. In we discussions like the PPLC, now we discover, say, in fact, the base data where they be supposed for use for the registration where they've been due in 2022 be supposed for be the 2021 National Civil Registration Authority, their database. Because if you remember, in 2021, they be update the National Civic Register. They be updated. And when they be updated, and they spend a lot of money for updater, and the expectation now that database of 2021 will they be prepared for be far better than the database where they've been get in 2017. The population don't shift, the population don't change, and the demographics don't also change. So we've been therefore expect say that for don't use the 2021 database as the basis for the voter registration. Regrettably, my brother, they not use them. Instead, at the 2017 database that they use. That day in itself is criminal. It shows say NCRA waste this country money for that entire exercise when they carry out in 2021. For buffing, they not get that data day, it not day in good order, they not use them. Why they get government to spend all that money on that exercise in 2021 that they want to sabi? They not use them. Now if you be registered for the elections, you see you voter ID card where they give you the clothes where you be wearing in 2017. That picture will be taken for you in 2017, 90 per voter card. Because the one the way happened in 2021, they don't lose her. That data they don't get her. It's not correct. So when they use 2021, 2018, 17 data, they use that for the registration. Now they find out, say, the figures not add up how they want them. So, at the suspect, say, they try for pada. So that the picture will show, say, they get certain numbers in certain areas where maybe from a political point of view go favor them for the forthcoming elections, especially where they want to use proportional representation. And especially where they also want for ensure, say, they skew the whole elections for give themselves an undue advantage in terms of members of parliament registration. So when they try for pada, they bring in new information and then it don't mix up at the hand. Me also suspicion that the database it don't mix up at the hand. Because if you not mix up at the hand, if you not get them, oh no go release them. International best practice don't dictate, say, you get for make this thing available months before the elections. They don't need for writing a law. We have international best practice. In 2017, APC released 5 months to the elections. If una really get her, una pull her. What are the secrets? If you get for release her later, why do you pull her now? If you get her. Me personally convinced they did not get her. If they get her, may they pull her. I convinced they not get her. And I don't talk and repeatedly say they not get her. You know, when Statistics Sierra Leone become with their census, I shall say on this platform we discuss them, on other platforms that Sierra Leone will discuss. And I tell people there repeatedly say these guys are not ready. They cannot do it. When I be the challenge, the people in the field say, Richard, not talking the talk no more. And I challenge them up to the day before the census starts. Until they say, we're not ready. And luckily for me, what challenge them at the advisory board meeting, World Bank concur with me, we make a rider letter, they withdraw from the process. And waiting don't happen. They say they use a computer-based application for do the census, which means by click of the button, we forget with data. They say they do this because they be one for make sure say every small village we get 2 posts themselves, therefore able get unique data set for that place there. Till tomorrow, because today don't pass. They're not able to produce the data by village. Till tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because in a similar way, they not get them. We don't ask them for access to the back end. We don't ask them for access to the dashboard. Because if we say we don't get this kind of improved computer-based system, we want them. We say, I might not go for work. Salon will not do computer business. This year, not go on the old way. What we do a manual. They say, no, then I copy. So click on the button, which means if now as they enter the data in the field, straight away for appear at the dashboard in real time. So which means any information where you want from that dashboard, click on the button for come out. So why take today, they're not able to give you the data for show the population for every village. That's alone. Why? That's because they not get it. Again, they don't waste money. So this SLPP government then get a pattern for waste salon people their money. And you know what? They think they'll be stupid. Now make a tweet say who's fooling who. I mean, you know, you then get for land for credit the Sierra Leonean with some amount of intelligence. We're not stupid. We know if they get a made a puller. Me are the challenge. If they get a made a puller. Not puller because the excuse that they give, oh, we're not a puller now because some people they transfer. Issues about transfer not new. In 2018, people then transfer up to a few days to election. When there be one challenge, some people then qualification, then transfer. Now, normal thing. In any case, all you do, you publish the information separately of the one that we transfer.
Yeah, doctor.
The transfer not enough for make use that as a basis for delay releasing the data. No. You can republish the data of the one that we transfer and say this will therefore affect the totals in this centers. Simple. Very simple.
Well, then thing that can happen. Yeah, go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
No,
I say go ahead. Yeah.
You don't disappoint, so continue.
Also, now when they try for just add to that, say the intent behind that kind of thing, yeah, if there is a dubious motive, then always the sum total not can be right. So going back again to the midterm census, which is very questionable, then go because they say population has shifted, which is true here and there. But when it comes back, then shift back to a census report where they don't disqualify, which was done under your administration. So data from the pick from the and try for add with the order. This is what the research, cannot tell me. And if this is what is done, then obviously there is going to be a problem with the end result. And such things then we see so.
As I say, God not asleep. When you bent on doing the wrong thing, God says sorry for the people the way they pass up. Then they happen. That make at every step of the way that they disgrace. I mean, how you go tell me, say, Freetown just get 600,000 people. Ebo, when the number of schools begin there, we registered in all the schools at Freetown, it passed that. The way you can do census for people 18 years and above, you get 590,000. That is after they don't deprive thousands of people them the right for register. They still get 590-something,000, almost equal to what they tell the population. So when the one now way under 18, with the number of picking there, the whole would be born as alone. So if they be added, they all into trouble. Freetown is easily over 2 to 3 million people. If they do a proper census. Now maybe wish say this civic register we enter they prepare. Maybe could be the solution going forward. For ensure say we really able to capture the real data. If again, they know they try for manipulate them for beat the political ends. When APC they set up that system in 2016, they had the good intention for emulate the examples where they happen in other developed countries. Every developed country gets a civic register. Then we update our as time they go. So when you want to do even elections, you don't need to go reinvent the wheel. You just go to a civic register, you update them. But sadly for we, instead of we for use the 2021 data and just update her, that they don't lose her, they don't get her. So they had to go 4 years back, so 5 years back, 2017, for we use 2017 data. 9 they upload, and then they use for the voter registration. And then they get, because they want for further manipulate, for skew the figures, for favor them, they mix up again. Hey, the thing don't mix up, box up like that. They don't get her. Me, I repeat, if they get her, they pull her.
Simple.
Simple. They get her, they pull her. But they don't get her. And then they say, we're not going to allow anybody for check with system. What do they hide in this day and age? A secret society? What is private secret about this? Will not allow anybody for waiting. Kenya, when they began get the elections, when the opposition say make the audit the voters register, they say okay. When they say they don't get anything for hide, they allow me the auditor. Why then they say no? We not allow person for audit to system? They have something they are hiding. They definitely have something they are hiding. If they are not hiding anything, make them open themselves to scrutiny. Make an independent body go audit the system. It didn't take long. You know, that I hope so we also know say over 300 machines that be done lost. Now they have. And these are the machines where they use for do the registration. Take the nobody talk about that. Where are those machines? And they were configured machines. Where are they? How you go prove say they know they still register people that they add? For whatever reason. So because they still they per add, they don't want to release the figure. Because they still have offend the names for trying for match up to the figure they announce, say that they that's the problem. Now they don't go past the number they don't exceed which they announce. How they will release the names now? That's the dilemma. Now if you say now and they don't know which one are the new one they don't add, they don't know the old one. So if you go say you just pull, if I don't pass back by 100, it's about just pull 100. So the most important person you can say vote for now you don't pull. That is the dilemma. But I believe say the right thing where they're supposed to do, if they know say they don't make mistake, but they own up. We go understand. We go understand. You know where person be. We go understand. But when they just own up and do the right thing and save Sierra Leone all of this mess, would it become a setup for ridicule? And they see now the comedian in Nigeria, who use as example. Into the use as example. How do we wait for that? How long? We want to be remembered and recognized for good things. Not for things where you say as a Sierra Leone, you shame. You know where are they in Nigeria right now, so as we talk? I mean, people and they ask, hey, but we see this here on our TV, we see this here on that show. What really happened? I said, Papa, hey, Mama, I'm God sorry for we no more. You know, but we pray, make the next 24, 25 days, make it be the last days of suffering for the country. Make God sorry for Sierra Leone. Make God really ensure, say, then why we everybody drive, we take broom, they be there, we go and sweep. All the bad, you know, and then we start afresh for building a better Sierra Leone.
Imran?
Yes, Daddy. Fambulemina, good evening and plenty kushetona. First, I want to apologize. I will get some small technical problem where I guess is sorted now. Today, I guess it's a privilege.
You know, good idea.
I get a privilege for day in the hot seat with a brother, man I know before politics, and I know him during a political career. And recently, I want to put on to everybody, both the people and we like him and those who don't like him, say me Imranti, very proud of him for the way he don't conduct himself. He run, he lost, he accept, and he stand by the winner. He show magnanimity. This now a good example for most of the young ones and where they come up in the country for emulate, for make them learn from. Politics, not a pick and gun game, now game for big people. If you not say you not get a chin for box, not go inside the ring. And Dr. Richard Konteh has demonstrated that. Say he's not just a featherweight. He's not even a middleweight, now heavyweight. And how he punch, now so he absorb the punch. So I want to congratulate him on that. Thank you, my brother, for the example where you don't show, and you show your commitment for fact for what is right now in the country. Because this election where they come, not to APC, SLPP election. This is an election when an election between good and evil. We see how this government come to power 2018. With me short life where I don't live, which I tell God thank you for. We know something clear. Say where a government come in power, you commitment and duty where they can embark on. Now one way for be proportionate to how you win the election. SLPP Paupa, they win election. The election was won on a small majority, small majority, where even that people are not believe themselves they win. Now road show take place. Then they can take a super ambitious program when they not get authority for. And very quickly, the majority don't evaporate, which is that 1% where they get. So they may depend this program for re-elections. And then begin not to today. Then begin from the very minute where they enter. Say they're not able to win election, then get for do whatever they can within their ability for stay in power. Then begin for pull 10 APC MP, pull with speaker and host, do census where we not need, do registration where na be so daba where we should kick. Me want for make and clear to with people and say, waiting they happen so, it's not an accident. The only thing when an accident, now the person will become president, is an accidental president. Enough for don't ever be presidents now in country. Now we see the results of how not to run a country. Somehow, it is good for make we learn. And 5 years, we don't learn. The people in camp, they say, now talk and do. Talk and do, it's a phrase. If you get for make into a sentence, you could say talk and do nothing. Talk and do bugged all. But I have said all of this. Doc, you then at the hot seat. As you then at the hot seat, so I want to put onto you. When I see all this coming, we self begets we own after month inside we party. They say family take the bend, you know they broke. But now the family don't come together. Una don't set all una differences. Of course, you know an example. You know a very, very good example where people in for land from. You don't come, you don't our country. So, Dr. Konteh, this election is about good and evil. It's about rigging. It's not about free and fair. These are fraudulent and fearful elections. Waiting at the things they want to don't put in place. You don't talk about some of them. Because you believe, say, they don't mix up the things them. Me feel to say, it is more than that. It is premeditated. They say a person way play with pupuna in the smelly hand. Then get the reason why they smell their hand, because they already know. It's a preconceived idea. When they get na them dicks call them say, salon people and brain get so foot na kakto, they na them brain. They mold the mass. They go just kaka wutu we how they want. But God make people like you did. And we don't hang it together for rample them. Well, let me just talk for say, you know, the APC Katawa. What thing we don't put together for do this ending bout? We want for no, and people, and they ask them question there. What are the things you guys have put together for holding people there accountable? Because this should not be allowed to happen. Do you tell with that?
Well, thank you very much, Imran, and thank you in the first instance for the compliments and way you express. And also thanks to Prince for the compliments that we expressed during the opening ceremony. To God be all the glory for that. And one for say, for me, I feel humbled. You know, may you always believe, say, politics is not to do or die business. When you enter into the race, you for no say you either win or you lose. And, and so if you win, hallelujah. If you not win, hallelujah. And life get for go on. There was life before politics. There will be life after politics. That may believe in. No qualms, no problem. And so accept the defeat and I take as a challenge going forward. And I want for now ensure say because the party passed everything, we all get for fact my APC win. When APC win, Dr. Samura gets the presidency, we believe say it will do well for this country and the average citizen will get a better life. That is my desire. It's not about me. Me, I tell God thank you. How far God don't bring me, what God don't bless me with. I tell God thank you for that. But it's about the people of Sierra Leone that they more matter. And so if I sure say they would be in very capable hands with Dr. Samura, I will support him for making that happen. That's on the issue of waiting we stand for do. Nothing say it proper for me to begin disclose strategy on this kind of forum. But I have to just state say the experience we don't gather in all the buying the way we don't attend, where we don't participate in, especially in the southeast. It don't become apparent. Say there we neighbor there, now ballot stuffing. Now they don't learn for do over the years. They don't get the numbers. And even in these elections, they don't move them people there, they don't can register them all in freedom, hoping that they will narrow the gap between APC, SLPP, and when they introduce proportional representation, they would not give themselves an undue advantage by getting more seats from the Western area. And they assume, say, they will lock up the Southeast so that APC not will able to get the minimum threshold of 11.9% for able to get even one seat at the Southeast. So if they get 100% at the Southeast and then they're able to penetrate at the Northwest, we say real democracy in practice, almost free day for say when they believe say when they do that, then they would not give themselves the advantage for win parliament back and win the speakership again, and if possible by some stroke of luck, sometimes they feel say they will win the presidency. But they put this to now and to the people for say it not get for work. It not get for work this time because we not get for allow them for the intention are that when they stop we from voting, when they stop people from voting for APC in their strongholds, they go vote for them. Me believe say the people even in the southeast, when they go to market, they know they say because when the southeast, the one bag rest na 500,000. When kind of the northwest, the one bag rest na 700,000. Not be so. The same way when the price they go up at the northwest, say they go up at the southeast. In fact, then they feel more because they see their neighbor when a government official they lead a very lavish life. Then he can barely make a living. He can barely get a daily meal. But they see how they live their life so recklessly. You see the difference. It's painful. We in the Northwest will not expect nothing from them. So we don't bear and we don't develop coping mechanisms. They survive. But the young people themselves, they don't treat them well. And I believe say these elections, the people in the southeast for make these pauper people. I don't even have to call the SLPP. These pauper people, we don't hijack SLPP. Let not allow them to hijack the country because they're not right for the country. So we are going to kick them out. As a party, we are meeting, we are strategizing, and we are now rolling out our plans gradually. And we heal the wounds, we get people them, you be talk about the issues within we party. Yes? No. Then talk that they make blabber. But they go subtanate a bit, eh? They go so tongue inside it, tell the men themselves inside, continue for live together inside it. Normal, it dey happen. So we believe say the issues within we party will solve them. And I want for also continue for appeal to become colleagues them, to be grassroots APC people them with this contour, way back for whatever reason. I say una do ya. Let's put the country above self. Let's put the party above self. Then we swallow the better people. People and say, you they get blood inside your belly, they vomit water. Let we keep the blood inside we belly there. Let we vomit water. Let we reach out and appeal to we colleagues there. Let's vote APC and redeem this country. When we redeem this country and things that begin to change, life will change for everybody. Whether you get job or you don't get job, you know, as long as things that they go well in the country, prices that they go down, commodities that they in good supply, the roads that they make, we they get that they fix, we roads we can sell, we market and go back, we get peace, nobody they harass you, they afraid say they go can attack you and this and that. As long as those things are happening, Sarah in the village, Mambu in the village, not really worry whether they state house. No. What will make this all mother become conscious that because the things that the way it is don't go unprecedented in the political history of Sierra Leone. The suffering will don't happen this time is unprecedented in the political history of Sierra Leone. People don't know that. And so the people that want change. And so if they feel say intimidation by attacking our people in Bond, attacking our people in Kailahu, attacking our people in Kenema, attacking our people in Falaba, if they feel say not through that, they go retain power, they are making a terrible, terrible mistake. Because the people of Sierra Leone are going to resist them. President Bio for no say in 1996, where he began the gun, where the people of Sierra Leone say elections before so-called peace. Where the people say that what, even though they be the shoot, the people will still go out and vote. Although, of course, instead of admit, say, if you do some small Dabaru game, but that election day in favor of SFP, but it no matter. Now, instead admits that we get the videos. But the fact is that the people resisted all efforts for stop them from voting. And me confident say on the 24th of June, if self then they fire RPG, the people of Sierra Leone are going to vote and vote the SLPP out of power and bring back the APC because they believe say APC is for them. And at that, we go out the simple message. You know, that is why what is the way they want now. Now for Merck, we say we not agree with him first. This is why we not the first. We not the first. We follow the law. We go remove them from power through the ballot box. But after the people don't vote, this time the votes of our people must count. Any attempt for tamper with the results, the real true results of the elections, will be faced, will meet the greatest resistance ever remembered in the history of Sierra Leone. Our people are resolved, our people are determined, and they are going to send the message loud and clear to the SLPP for say you cannot continue taking this country for granted.
Doc, one go talk say
APC must redeem this country.
Doc, one for say, then go blame on a little bit because APC don't have power for a while. But APC, then they always fail for tell the real true story of themselves. Then they allow SLPP for tell story for them. Then always they try for make people and believe say APC bad, APC no good. There are lots of things that will happen. before independence and after independence. It is there. APC no they ever exploit that. Like then they talk for saying now they fight among themselves. They say they do it. In fact, they do it even worse after independence. The most important time, that was the nursery stage where Salon for not establishing himself. We get two brothers then, Samuel T. Magai, Albert Magai. Then busy civil war and the fight amongst themselves. Now can they be between the two parties them? To an extent, Albert Magai do a leadership challenge where he beat the big brother. Now can they say we not agree. And they come out to go do PMP. Why would not they talk about anything there? Make people know SLPP for their worth. Because if you go back in history in 1967, then do the same hegemony. What's in our hegemony? Now we one group they feel say they're superior to others. Then do them inside Freetown. The place where the Mende people and be there plenty in Sierra Leone in those days, now Ginger Hall. That's now Upper Dan Street. Now then the people and say will not go take them. And that's when they create people and don't say open window for APC. So the people and say will not go accept this na Freetown. Then chase them out. This same thing when they do so when they chase northern people now the south, Creole people and the north. Even in the history of Sierra Leone, during the Mende uprising, lots of Creoles were slaughtered. Lots of them were slaughtered. People don't know about it. People don't know that they happen in our country. The Mende killed the Creoles them. Thousands of them. And they still get this hegemony. So what happened at Ginger Hall? Then kick them out of Ginger Hall.
So what's the question?
And they come. Can they host them, Bonham? Why would not they talk about anything they are we don't happen in the past? Let people know the real taste of them people they are. Because people like that for nobody there and they know.
Thank you for talking.
You know, but saying that now the people know the difference between salt and sugar. One sweet, one not sweet. You not go put sugar pan coffee where you want drink coffee. Now they don't know for say APC is more like sugar than salt. SLPP is more like salt than sugar. So we depend this good and evil fate. How we go assured with people and say we na a winning ticket?
APC don't remove SLPP from power democratically multiple times. You mentioned 67. APC removed SLPP from power through the ballot box. 2007, APC removed SLPP from power through the ballot box. 2023, APC go remove SLPP from power through a free, fair, transparent, and credible process through the ballot box. We don't believe for stage coup for remove a legitimate government from power. We need a stage coup. We not believe for bring about civil war in a country for. We believe in democracy and the rule of law, and we believe, say, the people now them for choose the type of government where they deserve and where they have for lead them. And we believe, say, the people will choose the APC again for lead them. And we're confident that we will get victory. How we will go about them, I don't need for talk and deny. But I have to make you know, say we don't demonstrate, say we are united as a party. Hey, in terms of having differences inside party, normal. Even inside America, the lot of people argue over whether for increase the debt visa. If yes, so it's normal. Inside England, I must tell when I change prime minister inside 1 year. It's normal. For me, we get those types of issues. One thing difference no more is that their democracies have matured. And so they be able to deal with those issues. So we pray that with democracy go mature and the people themselves where they inside the democratic process, the can will begin show let we learn to address issues and not personalities. You know, let we differ on the issues. We will not get too much animosity amongst ourselves. Just because you compete in propagation, not make una enemies. No. All man exercise rights. Fine. Talk why you feel so you better pass this person. When the election done, without winning and support and move on. That is the spirit, but it will take time. But what's important enough, we say the people of Sierra Leone don't know and don't feel them and don't experience them, but say SLPP not good, even for themselves, they're not good. I know we say for the country. And therefore, we are going to put the SLPP out of power, bring back the APC under the leadership of Dr. Samura Matthew Wilson Kamara.
Yeah, we can see that they clear because when they talk about politics, they talk about the PPP. What's in the PPP? Now for preserve, protect, and produce. Where you preserve, you people then go get the rights, and you go get the rights to live. And protect, you go protect the interest. Produce, you go try for produce for make them go able to consume the goodies within the country. So it is clear now, say una they can't kick them. And with people themselves want help una. And even the Southerners themselves, they say that. What thing are the goodies them, what are the plan for them? Because we read about the manifesto. Do ya tell we small about these manifestos? What thing are the things them we are really proud of? Because we don't know better about this manifesto. So you go help now for tell me and Boku the people the way they watch the things them way unique about this APC manifesto. Do ya Papa tell me?
I go want make we get a special session for discuss the manifesto because we go into depth with. But let me make a surprise for say the president in the waiting, Samura Kamara, don't present a clear agenda for a one nation Sierra Leone, an agenda for unity, an agenda for economic recovery, an agenda for address the problems of the youth, problems of the women, an agenda for human development, for look at issues around education, etc. An agenda for expand on the infrastructure program where the APC will all start under President Kourouba. An agenda for ensure say there's rule of law, there is peace and stability in Sierra Leone. An agenda for restore the pride, to make sure say the resources with the country endowed with, and use that for the country. They use that for benefit to people. They use that for making a difference in the lives of people. And they make a commitment to that. And try to ensure say in doing all of this, the private sector are an integral part of that agenda. I make it don't talk say when we come into power, one of the first things we will do now for review that obnoxious Finance Act of 2023. We're so bad for the economy, so bad for the private sector. And we're going to ensure say we put in an investor-friendly environment. We will make sure we attract investors. They come inside the country, they make money, create the jobs, create the social capital, where people will benefit from, and the country will get the tax returns so we need for make we develop. So it's a comprehensive program where President in waiting, Samura Kamara, don't roll out. And over the next few weeks, we're going to take time now for elaborate on our form so that the average Sierra Leonean will understand the clear difference between PAUPA and APC.
Well, before I go, I give me brother at the bench. Something the way the money me fuk don't rise because we don't develop with a democratic credential. We all man the watch Sierra Leone. The last election, culturally, we don't demonstrate, say, we get some democratic credentials. We get a debate. Now, at the read and talk for say debates not go this year. Now, APC don't afraid or now SLPP don't afraid because they say they not talk and do. If they don't talk and don't do, then we'll get a lot for talking about that debate today. Why make this debate not seem for the take place? And why would not the SLPC not they hold them? Bring them come, let them ask a question. And if them not come for the debate, una go for the debate, just sooner, a monologue and 6 points. Because we want for see debate.
Let me make idea.
But what are they talk about? The presidential debate are they talk about? Presidential debate.
Excuse the surrogates of the APC, they go out and they take any kind of question and they articulate a position. Not to political party, they organize debate. Even in America, even in England, they get institutions where they organize presidential debates. In Syria, at the AYV, they organize the presidential debate. why they choose to organize themselves, I don't know. But me not still say that window is closed. I know say rumors have it that they're not overly objective or neutral in terms of the way that they do their media coverage at the read and they maybe it's just one reason. Maybe that they fear say party way they look sympathetic to, just like how in America you get CNN, then they with the Democrats, you get Fox, then they with the Republicans. So maybe SF, AYB, they're sympathetic to the SLPP. Maybe they're not. That's now they shame. They're not saying that for offer, and they're not many. So they rather just keep quiet, But will they take advantage and opportunities for reach out? And Dr. Samura, increasingly now they go out, and today he go around the peninsula and Tombo, and they see how they communicate, they engage with the people, and it resonates well with it. So we not need the debate is fine, but debate is the only means we're available for able to stay the grain from the chaff. We believe the people of Sierra Leone message and then do appeal to AYB when they organize the debate. We believe so. We candidates will go to that debate and go win the debate and go get the message down and get the people of this country.
Well, I will take the opportunity now and ask AYV, because when you're not journalists, now public interest now for be paramount. So it is of public interest for make all the radio station, them television station as Sierra Leone come together in unison for make them do a presidential debate. We are used to it now. We saw it the last time. Because they know for say them candidates because they are all surrogates. That's what I'm suspecting. So they ask Kuna, public interest is paramount, not on SLPP interest or APC interest. This is about good and evil. So they ask Kuna, say before these elections, we want to see a debate, presidential debate, Samura versus Madabio, make people know how they stand, for make them go able for choose prudently who that go better for the country. Brother Prince, I back to you.
Yeah, many thanks, Brother Imran. Just for take up on waiting, you don't talk or ask Dr. Konteh, waiting Dr. Konteh himself. Don't they say? Few things I want to highlight, and Dr. Konteh, you did say this, like best practice, not to law, in terms of respecting the rules of the game. So in other words, 6 months to election, you cannot just change the rules to the game. We're going to disadvantage others. But being that not to law, anything else there for help for whole people them to account, any kind of regulatory service then they in our country, where for able for the highlights thing there or for stop governments in power. That will include you potentially if you do come back to power, not for carry out then kind act there for disadvantage other people there, just like that.
No. I know relevant provisions that they will go force them for one, because they get an obligation for disclose. I mean, we even get the Access to Information Act, where they compel government for make information available to the public, and this is information where they are of public interest and the public want them. So, if nothing else, the Access to Information Act done enough for men to say enough of withhold this information. And in the case, elections not to a more local issue again. Or the conduct of elections and the protocols for elections, the standard operating procedures for elections, they're global. Let me even within the framework of ECOWAS, they get the ECOWAS elections management mechanism. We get the ECOWAS protocol on peace and security, and we get the supplementary protocol of 2001 on democracy and good governance, which stipulates how democracy for be carried, high elections for be carried out, including the fact that for change, make any significant changes to electoral laws 6 months to elections. So these things, that's our best practice. They know that, and because they know that for nothing for do. So, but they refuse for do that. But we go continue for push, and I believe say we continue for make them understand say then get a responsibility to the people of Sierra Leone, and I believe say at some point on that day when the elections they come, when they will come, the people of Sierra Leone will hold them accountable, and they will show how happy or unhappy then they will put in the happen right now.
Yeah, thank you for that. Just for Artowiti Iman talk about, the presidential debate. I think that's quite necessary, but you address them already, say no to by force and not to the APC, therefore initiate that. Their bodies were responsible. So waiting we as citizens can do, Iman, and this, I believe, say we can try for organize this, for organize and mobilize with fellow compatriots them, whether on a petition with the right or some sort of whether AYTV or the department or whoever responsible, that we as
we
Sierra
should do
Leoneans
that.
direct for the presidential debates. Just for go forward on this, Dr. Konteh, I want to let you touch on this PR system, this district block system, because there's this general notion out there that the SLPP stroke power is doing everything within their power for get this system for day in place because it clearly go play to their advantage. Is this true, sir? Any truth to this?
Well, that is the expectation we then get. Because waiting proportional representation mean, we get really not to all the elections have to be based on proportional representation. The presidential elections, for example, are first past the post, not to proportional representation. The people they vote directly for the president, and then on the first round, whoever gets 55% plus one automatically becomes president. If not, there will be a runoff. And in the runoff, the 50 plus one. Whoever gets 50% plus one becomes president. So we know that. Also, for the election for mayors and district council chairmen, that they also have first past the post, not a proportional representation. So they vote directly for the individuals. They wait snap. The only new thing will happen this time, what it happened before, now that for those elections, just like for the presidential, the candidates for mayor and for district chairman, then they already nominate the running mate and they run together with the running mate. So there's a dual ticket where they go on. So now that they happen. But for the parliamentary and for the local council elections, that they bring in the proportional representation. Waiting that they mean therefore that they say for make you get a seat in a district, then they take the whole district as one block. And that in those elections, they vote for individual, they vote for the party. So this time, yes, individuals as candidates go campaign. Every party they send two lists. The first list, now your first set of people where if you win, let's say a district get 10 seats. If you win all the 10 seats, now 1, 2, 3, 4 to 10 people there, you want me to go to parliament. Then they submit another set of 10 names. So that in case then 10 people here, the neighbor fly, they all die. Then they will go to the next set of 10 people, they put them there for fill up for going to parliament. So we're not to get by election again. But for the parliamentary, for make any party get a seat, or the independent candidate, for make he get a seat, he get for win 11.9% of the votes where they cast in that district. For the councillorship, that the threshold where you for attain at 4.5%. So for make you become a councillor, make you get a councillor position, the party for win at least 4.5% of the seats. So if you look at the demographics in the first past the post system what we get before, you can win all the seats in the district regardless of the percentage the other person gets. The other person can get on average 40% of all the votes where they cast, they get one seat. Because if they go and beat a small in every constituency, they lost all. But this time, whatever percentage the person gets, that proportion of the votes, if you don't reach the threshold, you will get that proportion of the number of slots for member of parliament. Then they assume on their part for say, if that system come in.
All right. So, Famulem, we are having conversation with Dr. Richard Konteh, and we just outline something around the PR system and the district block system with plenty ambiguity there around. Right now, there's about 190 some of us watching this live program, very important program. We are kindly asking you for continue for share, and feel free for express you comments or views or perspective. We will continue for sure, and we just ask that it be done respectfully, towards each other. So Dr. Konteh is back. We will just bring and come back on for continue where he was. So Dr. Konteh, you've been there in mid-flow, sir, but we lost you briefly, and you are back. Dr. Konteh, you hear me, sir?
You know look the
Okay.
We not hear you.
You mute your mic. Unmute your mic. Okay, we're not hearing you. So you need for come.
Before go back out and come back in.
We hear you. Come on out and come back in. Yeah. So again, yeah, I'll just remove him. It will come back hopefully, and we'll see what's in there happen. But for now, we are having problems with Dr. Konteh. So let me pull on first. We go away and come back. Imran, what do you make of the conversation so far?
Well, so far so good, because we have to stand up to the forces of evil now. We can't see, like as I said to you earlier, we problem what we get not to APC SLPP elections. This elections is about good and evil, and like what will be small will be to go watch Chinese film them. This not the ending bout. This not the term this way salon for make a break. This not a break we go change the fortunes of the country. Because since independence, we have not gone anywhere. We not move anywhere. And I can find them really funny when people like they talk about Singapore. When the person them more for the thing about now Botswana. Botswana, they got it right. Once and crash. Then presidents take them to glory land. Then they add value for everything what they do. And the educational ability and process not be as good as we own. But that man did so well in Botswana. And I model that will for look at.
Okay, thank you for that, Team Runner. And Dr. Konteh is back, and I believe we'll get sound now because I in table sound. Correct, sir?
Yeah. So they be expect say, if they do this partial representation, then go stop the APC from getting access to the southeast, for example. Now this bring about all these things what they do with this violence at the southeast. The whole idea na for make sure say APC not able to reach threshold at the southeast for able to get votes, but it's not possible because the people then clever enough for know the difference between APC in power and SLPP in power. And the people of Sierra Leone, they're also intelligent enough for not for your selfish interest, you can't manipulate me for just go support you aimlessly. People are good, do the right thing and they go vote APC. So that we therefore hope say, considering the average percentage votes in all the by-elections will take place over the last 5 years in the southeast, on average we got about 20% of the votes. So if you go by that, and we're able to maintain that, they will easily give you minimum of 2 seats in every district. And when you compare them to the fact say in the whole southern province, now 1 seat we get, and in the whole east, now 1 seat we get. If in the proportional representation we're able to get 2 seats in every district, that's a way advantage. And we also hope say in a district like Moyamba, like Kenema, like Bo, we could do a lot better. Like Kailahu, we believe so we'll do a lot better. And in Kono, we believe so this time we'll retake Kono.
Really?
Because the people of Kono, they know what the APC don't do for them. Now we in-law them. We don't do their roads. We don't give them, picking their positions. We don't create educational facilities. Now we even raise the money for the university. Where they go to Kono, they claim. We give electricity. Where SLPP, they can be very weak when they win. They take the machine, they carry a left the people in a corner up and darkness. So the people of Kono, they know the difference. 5 years, nothing they don't do in a Kono district. Nothing. pass propaganda. And the feel say they get re-elected based upon propaganda. So we go in now and try to educate the people, they better understand the difference. And we are going as surrogates of the Samura, we go in, we go play the message. We brother Kaifala Marabi lead a team, we then go there 2 days ago, and you see the crowds when they come out. They say APC don't die in a corona, and now APC don't weak. You know?
Well,
and we get a very strong team where they lead. We campaign in the Southeast. We get Jagaban, we get Sam Sumana, we get other people them from the party. Where they go? We get Charles Magai. They all they go. We get Sidia Tunis. We get Momodu Maligi. We get Maya Kakai. We get so many prominent APC people them where don't impact lives of people and when are examples of good inside APC. And they will go talk to the company for say, when they vote APC. And some of we self, we get real small constituencies inside the Southeast. We will go inside there, we will go talk to them. For the series invited for support APC. Again, the assurance for say this time they'll be protected, this time their votes will count, and this time their interests will be well represented. So we confident say with all of these dynamics in a district like Moyamba, we go easily get 3 seats. Easily. You know, and we therefore believe say their expectation, it will be a shock. Me, I don't talk on in some previous interviews, but say SLPP go regret why they ever introduce PR system. They go regret why they ever introduce PR system because it not get for work. And I tell them say if they feel say that ballot stuffing when they do 2007, 2012, 2018, and they go do again a lie. This time it not they happen. The people go vote in a very organized and structured manner. Nobody will vote for them. They go vote for themselves. And when they finish for vote, we will count. And when they count, we will announce. And then the will of the people will reign supreme.
But it clears me just now, Doc. You talk about Kono. It come back to what I say earlier. You see, there is a generational gap. Kono, historically.
And Imran,
Yes.
Imran, Abeg, the Kono issue is very sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to make you continue with the way where you usually do your things on the Kono issue. Abeg, Lord Lefa.
No.
Abeg.
I know what thing that they talk about Naya. This is an historic fact. There is a man called Songo Briwa. And some of them things they will not for push him under the carpet. It is real. If it is real, we should speak about it. Songo Briwa, now be the leader, we be get the Kono Union. Kono has always been independent. And quite a lot of youngsters, they don't know about this. SLPP frustrates that man. They banished him. He had to move from Kono. He go live in Kamakuye. Now that man there during the 67 elections, Naingi APC victory. Because he was so angry how SLPP treats him. Now, Ina one of the people and we vote with Shaka Stevens, we make we come to power. And some of them story there, the Kono people are not member. Because most of the people that will be involved in and they don't die. You cannot turn away from these things. People need to know.
So Songo Briwa is picking there, and right now in the campaign with the APC. As I said, a lot of changes don't happen over the last few days. A lot of developments don't take place. Would they close with ranks? Would they try for heal with differences? We do acknowledge, say, the Kono district has always been a unique district. They have always been a swing district, and they have always influenced to a great degree elections that go turn out. So we acknowledge that. And that is their own identity. But we therefore engage and we therefore but as I say, we in the APC now we track record with the run on. We don't run on propaganda, we don't run on intimidation, we don't run on coercion. We run on the track record. And we believe say we track record for Kono district impeccable. Everything good inside Kono district, it comes from APC. The roads na APC, the lights na APC, the university where they talk about for Kono na APC. Now we spend the money through ECOWAS. You know, so we get a very good track record, and there are more things where APC don't do and we plan for do na Kono district, and we believe say we go able get the indigents of Kono to understand and see the difference between APC, SLPP, and vote for APC for make we come back and continue from how we stop. Where we
If I can just do,
that's why I believe say history nothing way for the very, very, very at the center of politics. People have to know them. We cannot put it under the carpet.
Absolutely.
Nobody, I don't tell you say this will be away you mentioned it became right at the
campaign with the party.
You know.
Can I do a follow-up, Dr. Konteh, on issue where you Emmanuel mentioned, but just for get some more guarantee on that, which get for do much more with violence and intimidation, coercion, heavy-handedness in some cases, even police being involved. In other words, the stronghold of the opposition party, where just a few seconds ago you mentioned, say, when they make inroads there seem to be difficulties for your party for campaign at the end of the day. Because every time we receive reports about violence being directed at people and where they go organize themselves for campaign and whatever leads something for the All People's Congress. I'm sure saying report they don't land at your desk on things then where you are aware of. If this is true, Dr. Konteh, now what in the party they do for protect such people away from intimidation, because if they cannot be protected, then that means you not get no assurance or guarantee for let people and they go sacrifice their limbs and blood and sweat, where eventually they go turn out for be losers. Any guarantee, sir?
Well, we don't go inside it. One day we then they brutalize, we they help for give them succor, but beyond that, we they also take legal action for try to get them out of prison. I would continue to escalate the issues to the relevant parties for take action. But going forward, we they go inside Southeast. And we they go inside prepared for all scenarios. We they go take them on in the Southeast, or we go make them uncomfortable in the Southeast. And we will go there for go reassure people in this for say we go defend them, we go be there for them, and we go identify with them for the long haul. I would assure them say this time we'll not go sit down idly by and see that they continue for exploit them. Enough is enough, and I believe say as a party we self go take the appropriate action for ensure say we protect our own supporters there in the Southeast.
But
just for take you back quickly, Imran,
yeah.
With the chance will they give them for campaign freely. Now the North and Northwest, we believe say therefore also allow with that opportunity for campaign freely at the South and the East.
Absolutely.
What I want for say Pandatine for make we just complete.
Yeah, sure.
You know, with people like you say prevention is better than care. When you take this into consideration, what thing we don't do on behalf of everybody in the country for make PPRC, Electoral Commission, and the police give an undertaking, say this behavior not for happen again and if for stop. Because if you continue to go on, then we just sit down with a laissez-faire attitude. Oh, we left them now they not, then they planting freely. You know, I don't feel to say it rule well because we constitution make it clear, say now one country, and we get one law. And Panda law day, we all free for move freely in the country, campaign freely in the country. If then they go against for breach, then law then they win at the supreme law. I feel to say Wuna for get an undertaking from these very authorities them, whether in charge of elections, election processes. So what you want to do so far for get that undertaking because that is most important.
We've not signed an MOU. And in that MOU, they don't make an undertaking for a short, that is like a few months back. Okay. But last Friday, again, they signed another MOU with Presidents Bio Incessant, Samura Kamara, and the other aspirants. They all don't make a commitment. They all don't promise for free access to each other for campaign any side around the country, and we don't go ballot, we don't get the timetable. And so far, it's going pretty well. We've been getting some small skirmishes in Bond and in Falaba, but we believe, say, as APC, we will reorganize and we will prepare ourselves better for the next time when they go in for a campaign for ensure, say, if those issues that come up, we will handle them and deal with them in a more civil way. So we are better prepared as a party, and we are going in and we are going to communicate, sell our message, sell our agenda to the people. And I believe, say, President Samura Kamara set the tone in a manifesto launching yesterday, and I believe so we get for continue the launching all over the country.
Before me, brother, they come inside. Do you have for the people that will not understand what's in this MOU? Because standing something where some man understand.
A document where which we all don't go sign up for, say we will ensure peace, we will ensure free, fair, transparent elections, we will allow everybody who can freely will accept the outcome of the elections if it is free, fair, transparent, and credible. We don't make that commitment the last Friday. I've been there in the meeting, Bitumani, before I left for Go Guinea.
So that is the memorandum of understanding.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Konteh. Fambulem, we talk to Dr. Richard Konteh, and obviously he's a part of the furniture where it comes to with political structure. He's been there, and you understand all of these things that we will talk about. What greater time for have shortly before we hold a presidential and general election in which they make we for understand the nitty-gritty about we politics and waiting, hopefully, remember part of the caption of this program and the future of the All People's Congress. And I believe the good doctor is outlining this program very, very well. We just don't go above the 1 hour 30 minutes mark. And we will take a short break. When we come back,
hello,
sorry, sir.
I get to
you will take a few more questions, like 10, 15 minutes or 10 minutes.
Yeah, maybe 10 minutes, not past 10 minutes.
10 minutes, okay. So far, 10 minutes is done well. I mean, very busy, far away from home. So that will take a short break, just seconds, and then we'll come back, ask a few questions, and let the good doctor go. So, Fambulem, once again, this is the TNN TV Media Empire. Today, na the 30th of May, 2023. My name is Prince Emil Kruman. I'm the host, and my co-host, as soon as I can see na the frame, is Imran T. And we talk to a very notable guest in person of Dr. Richard Konteh. There are 230 of us watching right now. It's quite an appreciable number. But we know say we can do far better than that. And please feel free for expressing a comments. We can't have 300 people watching, 230 people watching, and then you get only 5 likes. There's something just not right. Please, let me do the needful. Okay? So we get Dr. Konteh, and we get about 10 more minutes with him. But we're not worry. Every time we can the fans then at this platform like Dr. Konteh because he speaks, straight, from the brain, okay, from the mind. So we'll get them back on Tuesday next. So this interview is not the end. We'll continue the next term again on Tuesday. So we'll confirm them before we let them for go. Dr. Konteh, welcome to the second half of the program. We know we need to let you go. So we go ask short, prodding questions. So one of the things that again we'll talk about now the issue of census is very important. I learned this from Imran, who tell me what census means, which now for appropriate resources as per the population in these different communities who say and do the census, so that will be a balance and everybody will enjoy part of the national cake. But with the census we see quite recently, Doc, is kind of alarming in the sense that Freetown, for example, we talk about, and which is the most populated, the capital of the country, is now, having less people than Bo. So if Freetown have less people than Bo, and that number is not real, it means that people will be shortcut or undercut in terms of creating resources, whether in a hospital, clinics, or schools, or other amenities. They're not going to enjoy that benefit. This is a recipe for disaster, isn't it, Mr. Doctor?
Exactly. You see, people therefore understand, say, not to everything they play politics with.
Yeah.
Census, in the first place, not a local document, not a local process, an international process. Because the data where you publish in the census, that they use them internationally, not only within the country. So if you feel say because you want to forget some small demographic advantage, you want to forget some small political advantage, go and tamper with the census process and the census outcome, it's very bad. When you end up for release that report, people accept them. And regrettably, in our case, one of the most credible institutions, the World Bank, they don't accept them. And other institutions then frown at them. Even their own institution, when at ECSL, they're not able to accept her wholeheartedly. You know how they take for creating constituency there? They add the 2015 and the 2021 year, then find the total, then divide by 2. Can you imagine? It will not happen.
It's not a joke.
You know,
So now arithmetic, and do not know statistics.
They even bother on the absurd. You know, where I engage the NEC commissioner, he said, "I'll be fishing. You tell me thank you." I said, "Tell you thank you." You know, it's ridiculous. That's what they do. They add 20.
All right, Doc. Doc. Sorry for coming, sir, because you know, so we get only 10 minutes with you, and I sure say Imran get a few questions for you as well. So they try for they can short at least address some of the things. Two currency up till now, money spent, you know, even for print, value for money. Did we get that? And two currencies side by side, how many months on now? And no remorse, no excuses, same old, same different day.
The whole issue about that money, they be just want free money for census for election. That's all.
Makes sense.
They be want for election, and they don't get that. You remember the time where we discuss this currency? That be do one interview. I don't know whether or not with you or not other person. Now talk to me greatest word about this money. Now how they get for destroy the whole one. Now be you, eh?
Now, yeah, we do that interview. I will look for them again.
I said that how they get for destroy the old one. Because if they make new money, any time where they collect the old money, therefore keep them.
Yeah, therefore withdraw them.
Or withdraw them from the cease from circulation.
Yeah.
So that then go the owner. But that bonding process get for me surprised. I said, so now I'm worried. And as if me, you know me, sometimes I can talk about small. I said, now what should happen this day? When they make the new money, first they tell you say some Panadol loss. Then governor says some for the money you lost. You know loss, they don't go keep them. Because they say when they dip a campaign and a new money they use. New money that they use. So that's how they be keep 9. And then secondly, the old money where then they withdraw from the market, then they plow back. So in fact, what is happening is as we talk now, so nobody know how much money they in circulation. Because they don't recycle the money. And they get plenty free money. No wonder where they pass and buy. Then they say they buy over almost 100 motorcar there. They buy almost 100 bikes there. That free money, that the country money, that they never use. Because nobody don't have much money they in circulation again. Because the old money they recycle. And at the whole
this one get any effect on the exchange rate? On the exchange rate, now it make with currency so weak or something else responsible because economy seem for the in shambles.
They contribute to that. They contribute to that. They contribute to that. They contribute
not
to that.
Not too. Because they get 2 airports, they get 2 constitution. Where it suits them, they go to 1965. Where it suits them, they go to 1991. Then, you know, airports back in that too. But again, I agree the ECSL boss, they try for be bureaucratic about the mistake what they don't make. For let them try for minimize the damage we don't happen. Instead of it talk them in numbers, because that's what bureaucrats say they do. Now they talk them in percentage. It say if there is any damage, it's about 10%. If that 3 million people in count that then they on record, 10%, that 300,000 people and then they straight off.
Tell and say you need only one person for loss or win an election. You
All
need
right,
only
Doc.
one person for win or lose an election.
Exactly.
So therefore, if you were 10%, that's
Exactly.
very, very high.
10% is not 3 million at 300,000. Very high.
Absolutely.
That's very,
So,
very
Doc, external
Yes.
debt is on the rise, inflation through the roof, food inflation, look under, most people can't afford, people are sinking into poverty. Now they hope for calmer power. I want to intend for, I know say this will be outlined in the One People, One Nation manifesto, but we haven't had time to digest that, and you say another program. And by the way, we get you again next Tuesday, sir, but the flyer already they out. So maybe we'll dedicate that program day to the One Nation manifesto. But with all of this external debt in the trillions, inflation through the roof, food inflation, people can't afford. How una intend, for at least mitigate this circumstance in the first probably 100 days or a year in power, because there's too much damage being done.
Until they get another session on Tuesday, we will discuss the economy, discuss the manifesto generally. But make I just tell you no more, say the IMF, then just don't conclude the 6th review. And therefore come back in this June for come finalize them. They don't issue a press release. And that press release, now then the states they say the inflation rates they are above 40%. The inflation they say the debt, it does so high. Hey, I be don't talk. I think on this forum. Then we neighbor the wage bill, they meter at 160 billion per month. They don't increase that to nearly 400 billion per month, and they not get the revenues for finance.
Absolutely.
And the entire tax policies, they kill the private sector. And so we say they're supposed to forget the egg. The fall way for lay the egg. If you kill the fall way for lay the egg, how you get egg?
Egg done. No more
egg. Kill the good that lay the golden egg.
So that a whole mess. And these are people, when they become the power, they say within 6 months, they go revamp the economy, they will turn around the economy. Well, I would not give them 63 months. They're not able to do it. They be said they would do it in 6 months. Well, I would not give them 63 months. At the 63rd month, would they carry it so in June. They're not able to do it.
I not got you what the final question.
I not got you what the under. Let's just make one quick point now. You say 6 months and you call and say neighbor. Me they call and then they bull them. Then they will say in 6 months they go change the country economy. But everything they say just now, they say now in 3 months if they put them
3 months.
In 3 months.
This
so
is
what
unbelievable.
You say about that?
Yes, unbelievable. My final question to you, Doc, and go give Imran the floor for close the stage. Coalition wise, there will see many defections on either side. But as you describe, you noisy neighbor, making so much noise as if the own coalition is more powerful than any other coalition. And we will see no runoff, and one go and one have you. Are you worried? Are you really worried by these defections and coalition towards the ruling party as opposed to Unayon?
Where you say who's strong at the foundation? Where you say you get a political heavyweight, now the people are waiting there now. But if a political heavyweight you go in one, you don't get the effect. Some of these names, I don't want to call names. The people away don't say they don't defect. Whose constituency they get? Whose following they get? If all their supporters are around there don't defect.
I feel your dreams.
I understand it. So really, but the need for now make noise about whether they be, but the reality is that they are finished politically.
Spent.
When they bring people, they bring the former chairman of the SLPP, Sumano Kapen, a former paramount chief. They come with pedigree. They come with people. When they bring people at APC, they come with Charles Magai. This man gets a track record for say anybody who supports pan-critical election and they win. He supported 2007, we win. He supports SLPP 2018, they win. Now they support 2023, they win. These are the type of people who they bring. Now, quality coalitions that they build. And we get the COP coalition. We get UP with we. We get the larger percentage of C4C there with we. 5 of the 8 MPs from C4C then there with we. The former leader and chairman of the C4C there with we. You know, and these parties within our parliament. C4C then in our parliament. 5 of the 8 MPs then there with we. NGC they within our parliament. All but the leader they with we. My good friend, I want don't go. Everybody else in the party they with we. You know, so I think we're doing fine from a political point of view, from a strategic point of view.
Yeah.
I don't go their names. Some of the people here, when they be there with APC, they will not ever win world self inside their born. These people where they say they defect now, they're not ever able to make win world self. The world inside their born, inside their APC not ever win now. So whose body did they add to SLPP? None. If these guys, they say because of them. I mean, when Charles Magai contested in 2007, he win 10 seats. When Sam Sumana contests, he win 8 parliamentary seats, he win the district council, he win the city council. These are people who get weight. Now they want to say APC. People will get a following. And then the game of numbers, politics, my dear. And we have them. And we get strong woman. We get Dennis Brown, the former chairman of the NGC. Yes, we get this lady from the Unity Party.
Femi Claudius Cole.
Yeah. Then
Wadi Williams as well. Wadi Williams.
Right. Yes.
Yeah,
they're all there with we. They're all the credible people.
You know, them people there, honestly, they are scam. Because when you be look the way we can the young killer pull close na parliament where they fetch from where they employ Mohammed Kane.
I don't want to discuss names.
You know, well, you're not a politician. Me, I they call him. I they call him.
I made your don't not discuss individual.
All right.
Iman, wrap the program up. Iman get for go dinner. You get for go eat.
Okay, me family, we tell una all thank you for una, custom una sit and listen to we. And first and foremost, I want to turn to my brother. One way they in high esteem. I get so much respect and admiration for him, and he don't do well, privately and politically. I want to tell you thank you, where you can join me, where you talk with me frankly. And I can see the fire, the passion that you face for change Sierra Leone for a better place. I will continue to tell God thank you for making stand with you, give you the resilience, the strength, the fortitude for let una go able to deliver, for make we get this historic moment, for make we do the reflective accounts for Sierra Leone and put program for make we change. Make some of we, at least if we die now, we go in our coffin and the smile say, I took part in this process. Thank you, my brother. We hope for see you again on Tuesday. And on this platform, you now I will talk without hesitation. Say now you're a partner. God bless you and continue for come and do exploits for you people.
Anak would. Was I Konteh last word, or are you ready to just go?
Well, I want to tell you, thank you for this chance when I give me, and I want to show and say, I'm ready for come every week on this platform for continue for just educate to people them and to make them understand the issues, and I hope say I wish you have ever get for just open the line, make people ask any questions because some people are still.
We will do that on Tuesday. We will do that on Tuesday.
I don't say some will cost me in the process, but no problem. I don't get a problem with that.
No, we always protect. We guess them, and this platform is a decent one, Dr. Konteh.
Sierra Leone need redemption.
Amen. Amen.
Redemption. and the APC under the leadership of Dr. Samora Matiwisi Kamara ready for redeem this country. And we appeal the people now that una see reason why una for vote una conscience and vote Sierra Leone and put Sierra Leone first. So together we will build a better Sierra Leone, and we will together we will put this country. We say we feel safe for the it don't derail under the SLPP. We will take the country back, put them back on track, make it begin drive and move forward. And we all for the on board for ensure say the train all left way. Thank you very much.
Okay. Family and the word that we tell you that thank you for signing on. Una not forget to get Femi Claudius Cole tomorrow. Tomorrow on this very platform, before the seat, the call Lusa Dr. Konteh Sidon, another opposition lady, the Fury, vociferous, straight talking, straight shooting, Femi Claudius Cole will be right here, I promise una, 8 o'clock, same time. Una not forget for tuning tomorrow. On Saturday, we get the brother, the elder brother of jailed Sierra Leone mega rap artist, LJ. In brother go there now for can help we for understand why in brother was convicted and incarcerated. And we go put one and one together and we see exactly what's in happen. We also get another human rights activist, they come, Sister Rugi. She'll be on the platform. And the platform is going to be loaded between now and election day. Dr. Konteh will want to say thank you very much. And Imran can I say thank you. We hold a word on 1 week appearance, 1 day appearance every week. We will talk about that. Many thanks, sir. And goodbye.
Thank you, sir. God bless you.
Yeah.
Have a good evening.
Yes, Imran. Many thanks. So basically, Fambulem, this effectively brings we to an end of tonight's program. And one for tell una thank you for tuning in. Una for begin wind down now. At least we went up to 235 at some point live viewers. It's quite an appreciable number, and we tell una thank you very much. And we still get 193 people they watch for sure. Say una still like the program, but the program done, and I can hate for just turn the studio off while we get 190 some more people. So please begin to wind down. It's over. Thank you so much. In behalf of the T&N TV Media Empire platform, now me, Prince Krumah in the hot seat, along with Imran, they say tata for now.